As a parent and a social media expert, here are the apps that I think your kids might be playing around in 2024. Some are okay, some are fine, some really are not. Firstly, let's talk about the ones that have lost steam in 2024. First and most importantly, Omegle. It is a website, but it is something that a lot of kids are on. It's kind of like Russian roulette for the kids, where you're kind of randomly paired with strangers from all around the world. It might be a 10-year-old from down the street.
One for Rainbow, one for Amanda.
Who are you playing with, sweetie?
Amanda.
But it also might be a really gross individual out of somewhere else in the world who is naked, doing rude things on the camera, or just have a predatory nature.
I'm Amanda, and I love unicorns.
So Omegle, as a website, has finally been shut down. So goodbye, Omegle. It was not nice knowing you. Number 2, BeReal. So BeReal was an app that was introduced last year. It was one of the young rising apps of the time. Everyone was getting on it, particularly teens and tweens, but it lost steam quite quickly. It wasn't full of the editing and the morphing and the this is I'm on a fabulous yacht kind of fake life that you do get on Instagram sometimes. And I think people just got a bit bored with it. I don't know, perhaps we like the fakeness. Was it a dangerous app? No, I don't think so. But if you want to know more about it, please watch my 2023 video because I explain a lot more about BeReal and what it is. Third app that has lost a bit of steam in 2024 for our teenagers and preteens is Telegram. I still think that Telegram is not a good app to have on your kid's phone. In Australia, it is known as being the place to buy and sell drugs. Obviously, not everyone uses it for bad intentions, but the fact that kids already use TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat as their primary messaging apps, why would they have Telegram on there? And that was the question I was posing, and that's the question I think you as a parent potentially should be asking if Telegram is on your child's phone. In terms of apps that were popular in 2023 but are still having a strong impact on our teenagers and preteens in 2024 is TikTok. But because of what's going on in the world and the amount of misinformation in TikTok, that does concern me. So having that conversation with your kids to make sure they don't necessarily believe everything that they see on TikTok would be great. Also, their ability to accidentally come across content which is not age appropriate, may contain nudity, swearing, or even violence. But my concern with TikTok is, I guess, the doom scrolling that even me and other adults that I know suffer from. You go in there for 10 minutes and 3 hours later, you're all still there. And what I don't also like, and what I've noticed anecdotally and also in a few reports that have come out, is some behaviour changes depending on the length of time that you're in TikTok. So if you spend 2 hours in TikTok, it can really affect your mood and your behaviour. It can make kids more short-tempered and a bit more snippy. The last thing I've really noticed in TikTok, and it's personal experience as well. If you go onto my TikTok, you can see the TikToks where I tell parents about the apps their kids are on. And I do notice it with the videos that have a lot of comments. The children and the teenagers feel like there's a sense of anonymity. If there's hundreds of comments telling me to shut the fuck up, or telling me to go away, or telling me I don't know what I'm talking about, or I've got misinformation, thanks. I appreciate that sentiment from an 11-year-old, but I'm certainly not going to bite back because I know it's an 11-year-old. My concern is that our kids don't seem to have that ability to assess the consequences, not realising that all it takes is for one person to pull their comment out and use it against them or figure out who they are. So making sure our kids know what to do and who to talk to if they come across inappropriate content on TikTok, how to moderate themselves and their behaviour in TikTok, and also how to manage your time in TikTok so you don't get kind of the emotional effects and also the wasted time from being in there for so long. So Instagram hasn't changed a great deal. There's a few more functionalities in Instagram. Do I think that impacts how your teenagers or preteens will use the app? Not really. The only concern I have with Instagram in terms of our teens and preteens is the fact that it is a highlight reel. It is the best parts of everyone's life. Mostly people are not posting the worst times in their life, when they're unhappy, when they're feeling like they don't look great, and they can edit photos, but In terms of dangerous and in terms of being insidious, I don't think Instagram is. I think it's a great place for kids to just communicate and upload great holiday photos and what they're doing. And the third app, which is still very, very popular, is Snapchat. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong in Snapchat. I do feel like that a lot of our kids, again, in this platform need to understand that social media is forever, and sometimes things happen and people will screenshot. I know that Snapchat tells you when you have screenshot something or screen recorded it that it's already too late, because that screenshot now lives in that person's camera roll and not on Snapchat. I think as parents we need to have a bit of a reality check when it comes to location settings, particularly in Snapchat. They like to turn them on. They like to share where their location is with their friends, that sort of thing, that people can see you if you have your location settings on. What I do love about Snapchat is it does pick up and connect with the contacts in your phone. So the kids will know if it's a real friend trying to reach out and connect with them rather than some rando from somewhere else. Now we're going to talk about not just the ones that were popular last year, but the ones that are up and coming or having a resurgence for 2024 that you as a parent should know about. First and foremost, it's Discord. And yes, I know Discord has been around for a very, very long time, but it's going to have a new time in the sun in 2024. So Discord are throwing a lot of money into their app to extend it out so it attracts a lot of different types of communities. Do I think Discord is a dangerous app for kids? No, I don't. It certainly hasn't been dangerous in the past, and they've had very good moderators in there previously. We expect that same level of moderation to kind of move through into the new development. But it will be a chat-based app and encouraging chat rooms and communities, not just around gaming, but around different hobbies and topics and things that people want to connect with. So again, there is that opportunity for someone to slip into their chat room and have a chat with your child. But if you have a conversation with your kids so that they become great digital citizens and not share too much information into these chat rooms with any kind of stranger. The next big app, well, it's not really an app for 2024, is Fortnite. Fortnite is having a nostalgic resurgence. It does attract a lot more young kids and it does attract the teenagers back into the game. So therefore, there is that opportunity for someone with ill intent to kind of get in there and get information about your child and talk to your child and form a relationship with your child. Having that conversation with them about monitoring what they say about who they are, where they go to school, what they like to do on the weekend, all those sort of things need to be in a conversation prior to the kids being on Fortnite. Another thing I highly recommend is putting your kids' consoles in a place where you can hear it. It is one of the most annoying things that I've ever had to put up with for 3 whole years. But what they did is provide the opportunity for me to casually overhear what my child's side of the conversation was. So it was an opportunity to say, oh, who are you talking to? And, oh, why are you telling them that? And who are you playing with tonight? So it's a learning as you go kind of experience for the kids so that you can pick up mistakes being made as they're being made. Another old app which is having a massive resurgence and a new refresh in 2024, which means it will pull a lot more kids, teenagers into its micro world, is Twitch. So Twitch used to be just for gamers. It's where you could watch live stream gamers play their games and comment on what they're doing. Twitch is expanding much similarly like Discord. So they're going to do exactly the same thing but attract people into chat rooms and live streams that are doing cooking or that might be doing makeup tutorials or even get ready with me's or how-tos. So just like Discord and just like Fortnite, Twitch has the opportunity for kids to potentially come across inappropriate content. So that one for parents is good to have a chat with and find out what your kids are doing or what they're interested in on Twitch. And last but certainly not least is Lemonade. It's going to be very, very popular because it's brought out by the same people who have done TikTok, but it's kind of like a merging of what Pinterest and Instagram are. So it's where people can collect inspiration, it's where people can collect boards, kind of like Pinterest, all their ideas in one place, but it's very aesthetic like Instagram. And we also expect things like food, fashion, lifestyle, health, wellness, all of those kind of categories to really jump on board. And if you're in one of those categories, I would recommend you jump on board early. So the toxic commentary pylon that we do see in TikTok, we do anticipate it will translate across to lemonade. There's not much more I can tell you on that until it actually goes live in Australia. I do expect lemonade to be quite a nice place to go and visit for kids. I think it's where they'll get lots of inspo if they want to do some cooking, or they want some fashion pointers, or if they want makeup tutorials. And I think that'll be a really good space for them because it does not support that vertical scrolling as quickly as TikTok does. So there's none of the kind of doom scrolling encouraged. So it's a slower paced, more curated, more aesthetic space, which I think is only good for kids. I do a lot of videos like this talking about kids and social media. I also talk about how you can push your business forward on social media. And I talk a little bit about my entrepreneurial journey and what it means to work with a fabulous team of millennials, Gen Zs, and of course, other Gen Xers like myself. So if you like this video, please like and follow me for more. It actually hurts my soul so much to say highly recommend it. It really, really does, because it will be the most annoying thing you've ever done in your entire life. Hence gaming. Gaming for teenagers, gaming for preteens. These are the sufferings that we have to do as a parent.